From Los Angeles and Nashville, get ready to go behind the scenes with Entertainment Dudes. What happens when you pair a director, a voice actor in a world, and some of the most interesting people in entertainment? You're about to find out. If you're catching the audio-only version, we're also available on video. Are we on? Are we live?
I think you have to get closer to the camera to tell. Now you can. Yes.
Oh, we're live.
Live from Los Angeles, California, and Nashville, Tennessee. It's Entertainment Dudes with your hosts, Cam Cornelius.
Hi, folks. How you doing? I'm Cam Cornelius, known as the voiceover dude.
And your other host, Jason Crossman. I'm known as Director Dude.
From Hollywood to Yollywood. We are covering everything entertainment. And today, I am so excited. We're covering cosplay, acting, all kinds of stuff. And right now, we were talking about this kind of blur between cosplay and acting and what it actually is. And I think the perfect person to tell us about that is Rei Kennex. She's got a great new film up that's on YouTube that you can check out, and we'll actually check out the film here a little bit later. But in order to find out more about this world, I think we'll venture into singing and television host and all that.
Wait, we're gonna
stuff.
Sing? I'm ready.
Well, we're not, but Ray might.
Me. Mommy makes me buy M&Ms. All right, I'm ready.
You should stop singing.
Yes, you're right. And enough. Bring her on.
I'm on.
Rei Kennex.
Yes, wow, that's the best intro I've ever had in my entire life.
You'll never get a better one than that. That was impressive.
That's it. I'll send the bill later on.
Oh, great, lovely.
And feel free to steal snippets of this and use it for your cell phone whenever someone calls you.
The next time you enter a stadium or a large, packed house,
you're playing it.
That. Yeah.
Dude, I want to copy that for the ringtone. I want anytime if I ever Ray calls me, I want it to go, Ray!
It's like Finn from The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Rei Kennex. So let's dive into who you are, what you do. You are a Renaissance woman, a true Renaissance woman, doing everything from singing and hosting and cosplay and acting and all this stuff. So where do we want to start?
And saving kitties everywhere.
Yes.
I'm going to steal your joke first, and I'm going to say we're all cosplaying right now as Princess Leia, in a way.
You're right.
There we go.
Look at this.
There's a picture.
Wait, here we go. Man.
Except the beard.
Except the beard, yeah. Well, they green screened that out in the original movie.
Yeah, because Leia's beard was too much, and the director said we have to green screen it out.
You gotta green screen that out. So.
Oh my goodness.
So
I
anyway,
think whose buns are the nicest? I was going to show my buns, but this isn't that kind of show.
Okay, I'm going to cover you up right now.
Yeah, she wins. She wins. Yeah.
There we go. The original wins always.
The original buns, always the best.
Yes, you have even cosplayed Rey. Oh, she's even done. I think you've done Leia, didn't you?
I have.
Ooh,
really?
One time.
I think. I don't know. Is that on your?
No, I have it right here. I have it right here.
You have it there?
I'm going to share this beast.
Okay, share it.
All right, hang on.
Because we want to see this.
Yeah, you need to see this. This is an example of what a cosplay actress, technically an actress doing cosplay, looks like. So, because I think there is a difference. We'll talk about this. Okay, so here we go. It's giving me a bunch of prompts first. I gotta obey these prompts before.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
Look at that.
What?
That is
Who
amazing.
wore it? Who wore it better?
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Actually, I should not be surprised by now, because any cosplay you do that I've seen, you just completely emulate the character and wow everybody, because it's like, wait, is this the real character, or is this somebody cosplaying? You can never really tell with you, right?
Yeah, I think sometimes, like a lot of them, you see they pose. There's specific poses that you could go to most cosplay sites. There's standard like a collection of 7 or 8 poses, but to see one that actually embodies the characters and they're gone, it's acting. Tell us a little bit about how your acting plays. Yeah, how acting plays in the characters. Like, how do you do that?
Well, let's begin with a cosplay by itself for those who don't know what that is. So it's basically recreating the costume of the character and the look of the character that you like and wearing it, whether it's for a convention or a photo shoot or a video shoot or whatever it is. So there is a fine line between the cosplay and the acting. And cosplay has lots of divisions, let's call it that. So some cosplayers specialize in sewing, they're seamstresses. So some do armor builds, some do some craziness or original interpretations of the characters. So whatever the person prefers. In my case, my favorite aspect of cosplay is acting. So my favorite thing is to, like you said, emulate the character and capture their essence and their physicality, their spirit in a way. So for me, it's basically almost the same thing.
That is amazing. Let's pop your Instagram up here and look at this. So I guess we can tell who your favorite character is.
I can't tell yet. I think
she took over my social media recently.
Wow. Yeah, that is amazing.
How do you do your costumes? You can't just go buy that somewhere, right? I mean, there's not like you go to the store and buy Ahsoka. How do you do that?
The Leia one, you can go and just buy it. But the buns you have to make yourself still. Yeah, you have to, again, what kind of a cosplayer are you? Do you want to make something very tricky and original? Or do you want to just wear whatever simple and just have fun with it? It all depends. So with mine, yes, I go full on. I'm pretty much obsessed with details. So I like to do my own research into bring the vision of the character that's in my head to life. That's why everything is custom and everything is crafted very meticulously.
And you go like beyond this. I'm noticing things like this, like actual pins and merch that is based upon your characters. And also I see artists all over Instagram like using you as their model for their paintings and so forth.
Yeah, I'm very flattered by that. I think it's a big honor that the artists see my interpretation of the character as inspiration, and so far they want to make a piece of art of it. So I think that's very cool. That's a very good feedback. Just lets me know that something I'm creating inspires someone out there, and it's very rewarding.
Yeah, there's artwork right up there. Yeah, some that created. This is so that sanitizing Darth Vader was one of my favorites.
Well, you have to. With all the infections going.
This is great. Here's another pin.
Yeah, that's the one that I drew the design for because I also like drawing, so why not?
Okay, very cool. More Leia, and this is amazing. I think there was even one time where you were at a Comic-Con in the Millennium Falcon, and they actually thought that Daisy Ridley was in the Falcon at that time.
Hilarious. Yeah, it was so funny. The picture came out of the printer and they all freaked out for a second.
So I know that you had several. Your Ahsoka was used for several actual official Star Wars posters and artwork for Star Wars Celebration and for Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, who did you work with on those?
So the San Diego Comic-Con artist is Joe Caroni, for his piece where Ahsoka and Darth Vader are featured together. And then for Star Wars Celebration, it was Eric Mayall. It's the piece that's called Be With Me with Rey and Jedi Force Ghost. So I'm Ahsoka in that one.
Very cool.
That was pretty cool.
And you also were featured on Blade Runner's new comic series that they're doing with featuring Ash. I saw some of that. How did that happen?
That was actually very funny because I based my cosplay just on one picture, the promo image, and there wasn't even an actual comic yet. So I, of course, had to make the costume right away. And one of the writers saw it somewhere online. I guess the picture was on Reddit or something like that. And so when I went to San Diego Comic-Con to meet him, to have him sign my cover, he recognized me, even though I was in a completely different costume. And we started talking, and then he had this idea of putting me on the cover as Ash. So I remade the entire costume already accurate to the artwork, because there were some details I wanted to tweak. So I remade everything and ended up doing a photo shoot, and they used it for 4 covers.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool because, I think they just wanted to have a live action version of Ash, and it really looked more, like you said, like a movie poster versus just a cosplay, because that's how we intended it to be. So that was pretty cool, just to give the readers a glimpse of what that would look like if this was a movie with an actual live action character.
So
what's the difference between costuming and cosplay? Because to me, yours look like costumes you would see on the movies. Like, is it the realism, or what's the difference? Is there a difference?
They're very close to each other. A lot of cosplayers are costumers first and foremost, which means their main specialty is making the costume and being very particular with the detail, with fabrication, with everything. And cosplay doesn't necessarily involve you yourself making your costume from scratch and being a professional in it. So cosplay includes costuming in a way.
Got it.
You can just buy it in the store. You're not a customer, but you still are a cosplayer.
You're very, and I'm not taking away anything from other cosplayers. I've seen great cosplayers, but when you see your cosplays, it's like Jason said, almost like on a movie. There is no hint of it being a costume. You're like almost transported to that actual character.
Thank you. Well, yeah, that's how I want my costumes to be, because some cosplay is made to look like cosplay, so you can tell right away. And I'm always trying to make my characters look as realistic as possible and as lifelike as possible. So that goes to the costume itself. I'm always thinking in terms of live action. If this was a movie costume, what it would look like, and also goes to the hairstyle, to makeup. So if it's, let's say, Ahsoka, right? So I can do the more of a cosplay version, heavier with makeup, or I can do a more realistic movie version too. So I just prefer it to be real, because I don't know, it's just my taste.
That's cool. I want to jump back, because we jumped way forward into cosplay, and there's so many more aspects of you. Like, let's start back in with like your singing and all that kind of stuff, and tell us about your background and contests you might have been in and things like that. Let's hear about that.
Yeah, I guess music was my segue from being a professional in a different career to being a creative artist who does it for a living. So yes, I was working in an advertisement agency. I was doing journalism as well. I was a newscaster, like an official governmental, very serious newscaster. And my background, the first background, is international relationships. So it's all very, very serious diplomacy stuff. That's not as exciting for a creative person, I guess. But music was something that always was in my life just for fun. And like you said, I won several contests, TV shows in music without really having a professional education in that. I had some private training, music school, something like that. But after the contest that I won in LA really gave me that push to have a deal with Universal Records and to really prove to myself that I can be a creative person and do that as a career. So that's when I moved to the States and started pursuing music. But then somehow I wasn't limited to just that, because, I like to try everything, and I was still searching in that ultimate medium for myself. So from music, I went to film ultimately. Okay. So when I moved to Los Angeles, and I decided, okay, this time I need to get educated for real. So I went to film school for acting and fell in love with filmmaking, because it's that one thing for me where I can utilize most of my skills and interests, such as writing and producing and creating and costuming and even writing soundtrack music and singing in it and acting and all of that. So I guess it's just the widest field for all my interests.
The whole enchilada.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's crazy how that happened. I would have never imagined it, but here I am. And now
Cool.
cosplay too. Cosplay to me, sometimes I just joke. Cosplay, it's like acting, but stress-free, because it's not really your job, and you don't have to be, stressing out about it, because it's just you doing stuff for fun. So
Yet you do act.
yeah.
So do we want to, Jason, do we want to jump into the film?
Yes. So there's a film that's come out recently, Ahsoka, a Star Wars story, and which was directed by me, and I worked with Ray on it. So I know a good deal about what went into making this happen. So Ray, getting ready to do this thing, I know that there's a fan trailer that we had done just to tease a little while ago, a couple of years, but one of the biggest hurdles to overcome is cost.
Yes.
And I think tell us about the relationships that you built, how you got this project together, the people you brought together. And then I guess we'll do a little tease of what you've created to see how cosplay can transition through to storytelling, visual storytelling, and back and forth, and how her costumes are used in films with, for acting.
Well, of course, when you have your favorite character from Star Wars or just ever, right, like Ahsoka for me, and you have the costume ready, which is very film-like, of course, you have to make a film, because there's no way you don't want to just put it on and act as your favorite character. So it's just a matter of time. Of course, the budgeting is very tricky, because I'm just one person, and I'm not Lucasfilm with billions of dollars for that. I wish I was, but so the relationships matter so much here. I was just lucky to spend a few years in Los Angeles and to make friends, and hopefully with my work to prove a little bit of what I can do. So people came on board and were willing to work with me and to help. So we were able to create something like this, just 5 minutes. But I think we crammed so much cool stuff in there. And just thanks to all the actors and post-production people who believed in what I was doing. And we were able to pull it off just like that on literally a fraction of a cost.
Let's take a look at it.
Ooh.
That was half of the budget, by the way.
Was it more than half?
It's dangerous to be Ahsoka Tano.
15 stormtroopers in there.
Has seized the galaxy.
Like it's jumping.
But it's not too late.
Yeah, I love this. Like even how your mannerisms capturing her, that regalness, that elegance, that was so exciting for me working, because to me, when I see Rebels Ahsoka, I think about that. To me, that's the transition of Ahsoka's growing up, and when I see her, there, like even this turn, there's just this poise to it. Everything she does is deliberate and intentional, and every moment is very, very intentional. And there's a power to it, and I just love that. And I think that's what you captured so well. And what's so exciting to me about shooting with you as Ahsoka is this, like, to me, it's her. That's if Ahsoka walked out of the cartoon and into real life, this is who she would be.
And Ray, you even sound like Ahsoka. So
I did practice a little bit. Yeah, her voice to me is such an integral part of Ahsoka that I love, that she had to have that sound. Maybe it's not exactly the same because I'm not Ashley Eckstein, who is her original voice, but it's still that cadence and that tone. I wanted to keep it because that's the Ahsoka we all know and love. But also this is the real life version, so she might be a little different. And this is when you see costumes like this, there's no difference.
Yeah, can you pause it here, Cam?
yeah, I can pause it.
Or just anywhere. You don't really see a difference between a movie costume and a cosplay. So when people are saying, oh, it's, cosplay, like this is not cosplay. This is the movie grade costume. And it's not a cosplayer on screen. When you're in a movie costume doing the story, you're an actor in the costume doing film. So that's the difference. And I guess to me, this is definitely not cosplay. To me, cosplay is when you do maybe a photo shoot in a costume, yes. But when you're making an actual film, playing a character, walking, talking, interacting, yeah, that's something else. That's film.
Well, even in The Mandalorian, they've brought in the 501st to actually be in the show.
Yeah, and the 501st guy, they do all the Star Wars. They're the Empire side, and they're approved by Lucasfilms to be able to actually be in the projects. And even right now, the projects that they're working on, I know the Mandalorian and other projects, their 501st people are there that are in their own costumes that they created.
Yeah, so there's a really fine line between that.
Yeah, I think that turned out great. So you can check that out. That's the youtube.com/Rei Kennex. You can check out the Fulcrum film there and follow her on Instagram.
Yes, do.
And see what's next. So what is next for Ms. Kennex?
I don't even know what's next. There's so many things that are next. There's a music video we just shot. It's very sci-fi-ish, synthwave inspired. It's gonna be very fun. I'm working on a feature film coming up soon, and hopefully a TV pilot. So another Ahsoka video will be in the works because I know everybody's looking forward to see more. So
yes, and if anyone would like to sponsor the production of these videos, we're very happy.
I don't have small ideas. That's my problem. Any idea that starts small grows into something epic. So yes, I need to get some definitely some sponsorships. I know that we're not allowed to crowdfund those things, but a new costume, maybe. There will be lots of stunts and lots of action, so I want to do all of that. That's all exciting.
Any new characters around the corner that haven't done yet?
Well, I'm almost done with my Padme. That's a new one. And hopefully Ayla Secura will be done. I'm just dreading the blue paint all over my body. Otherwise, I'd do it a long time ago. But yes.
Do you ever get times where people say to you, like, hey, send me a quick, it's my birthday today. Like, send a video of Ahsoka saying my happy birthday to. Do you ever have that?
Oh, all the time. Yes.
How long does it take to put on your Ahsoka?
5 hours.
Ooh, great. It's my birthday tomorrow. I just need a quick happy birthday for you as Ahsoka.
I'll stay up all night and do it. Well, 4.5 if I'm in a hurry. But yeah, it's 2 hours to take it all off. So it's definitely not fast. Wow. One of the shooting days for this film, it was 28 hours together. 20 hours, nonstop. Because of that.
And the headpiece, I mean, it looks uncomfortable, like wearing that all day long and maintaining your character and energy and acting.
Yes.
I mean, that takes a dedication that's like, okay, here's dedicated, and look, see how it's off my screen?
Yeah, you run on coffee and adrenaline and dedication at that point.
Yes. I think it's a passion that keeps you going. That's what's exciting about a lot of cosplay, and I think a lot of fan films to me, is that people are inspired by the stories and inspired by the people, and then they want to create so much so that they want to spend their time and money and energy and effort into being involved in that universe. And it's pretty cool to be able to see that with what you've created.
Yeah, I always have. Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, if someone's interested in getting started in this, where do they even look, in order to do it, seriously?
Yeah, like I want to do Kylo Ren. Like, what do I do? Like, I can't go to the costume store. Those aren't good. I want to make a good Kylo Ren. What do I do?
So I have a video on my Instagram, IGTV, a very detailed one about Cosplay 101, where to start. And I cover everything from research to finding your sources to everything. But in short, if you want to do it, yes, you start with research. You have to know your budget, how much money you're willing to spend on it. And then you just Google forums and Facebook groups. There are tons of those, and they have a bunch of tutorials and resources where you can buy things, people who you can commission. So you spend half the time just researching.
That's crazy. How long did how long did it take you to get Ahsoka together?
It's like a year, I guess.
For the whole process?
Yeah, because you need to find every single detail to make sure it's how you like it. And then if you commission something, it takes a while for those people to produce it. And then you have to work on it afterwards. So altogether, it can take a while. But there
how many people can be involved in one outfit?
Oh, gosh, dozens. So many people. It all depends. Some people make everything themselves. that's what they want to do. Some people don't like to do everything themselves because they have other things, going on. So yeah, it just depends.
Yeah, because I mean, you have leather in Ahsoka. You have leather. You have the fabrics. You have the what is the stuff made of? Like the armor and things. What is that even? And is it molded or hair? Or like what is it?
It's combined. Some of it is leather. Some of it is plastic.
Yeah, and so you'd have to
it's a
know how
bunch
to
of
use
things.
everything if you want to build a costume. You'd literally have to be able to do everything.
Well, the thing is that at some point, if you want to really go full on, I don't think just an average person will have the tools and facilities to produce something like that, because you don't just have heat press chambers in your garage randomly that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So at some point you will have to work with someone who does have that kind of a workshop to produce those things for you. Because,
because your stuff looks molded to your body, like perfect. Like it stays perfect and shape perfect. How do you get that?
It's all Velcro.
Velcro?
Lots of Velcro that I had to sew on my dress and glue to the arm.
I thought you just had to like keep your muscles tight to hold it in place.
No, it's Velcro. It's heavy duty Velcro from
which is why you can't move. Real quick, I want to talk about the Leku that you created. I know there's lots of controversy in Star Wars. Is it long? Is it short? Does it move? Like, how come it doesn't move? How come what does it take to? I know there's plans for to really work with this Leku, but how much does it cost to make that Leku? Because people say, well, why don't they make it right? Like it's like just make one that works. Like it's a lot that goes into that, right?
Yes, it's a lot. Well, my Leku, the one I have right now, yes, it's not the most comfortable one, unfortunately. So it limits me in terms of stunt work. It's very heavy. So I'm planning to do the other one next, the new one. And basically to do it right, you have to make the mold of the head. You have to sculpt your shape around that mold. Then you have to do the form for silicone. Then based on that form, you make the shell of the Leku. Then you do everything that goes inside, like the weights that will allow it to swing. You do all the stuffing with foam or whatever it is. Then you do the carcass that sits on your head, flushed, so it doesn't move anywhere, go anywhere if you're jumping and running. And then you do all the finishing work like texturizing, airbrushing, painting, whatever goes on it, the crown, the tiara. So it's not a quick or easy process. That's why to make it, if you have the facilities and professionals that can do it, they can. It's possible, absolutely. It's just also what the person is comfortable with. There are cosplayers who have Leku made out of fabric or foam, and it looks great for cosplay. But if you want to go realistic, movie grade Leku, that's the steps you have to do. And also, again, what are you planning to do with it? Are you just going to be standing for pictures, or are you going to be flipping and running? Then it's a completely different story, because the thing wants to fly off your head, so it needs to be needs to be attached.
So how would you keep it on your head in the flipping and running? I mean, that's a heavy headpiece.
Well, then again, what do you make it of? If it's latex, it's heavier. If it's silicone, it's much lighter. Like my Hera Leku is very light. It's flexible, it's bendable, it's light. I can do all kinds of things with it. And it's tight enough around the head that it won't go anywhere. So It's just the same technology.
Yeah, so I think a shot of Ahsoka swinging upside down with her Leku like this, that has to be in the story,
Hasn't been done before.
Yeah, I would like, the stormtrooper sitting there with his gun, and all of a sudden these two little Leku would come like this, and he's like, oh, and then the sword goes.
Well, remember that for the next film that we're gonna do.
Yeah, I think upside down Ahsoka is an essential.
Yes.
It's happening.
Oh my gosh, it's so hilarious.
Yes.
So yes, this is reikennex.com.
Oh, yes, the website.
Right here, the website. So we do have professionals watching us. So professionals, if you do want to use Rei Kennex in any of your projects, you can get to her, I assume, through the website, reikennex.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Instagram.
or Instagram.
I'm very easy to find.
Awesome.
She's not hiding.
Not hiding. She's
awesome.
Right out there. So Rei Kennex, thank you so much for being on the show today. We really appreciate it. And
thank you.
Hey, and we're looking forward to seeing all kinds of things from you. So looking very, very, very much forward to that.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. You're awesome.
Yes, thanks for joining Entertainment Dudes today, and we'll have you again on the show, please, if you are willing and able. After you've worked on your next projects, you
Yes, the
will
next
come on our show.
I will come on your show.
And also, one thing we didn't bring up is if you get a chance, the video that we showed part of today, look on YouTube for fan reaction videos to this, because
Love
it's
it.
like the most amazing thing. Like the fans are just clamoring towards this, and it's because it's such a great portrayal, and the fan reaction videos are awesome.
He said portrayal, not betrayal. Just want to make sure that's clear.
Yes.
It's a great betrayal. Portrayal. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
All right. This has been another episode of Entertainment Dudes. And I'm Cam Cornelius.
And I'm
That way.
Jason. No, yes. Yeah, you have to point the opposite.
Point that way. Okay.
That's Cam Cornelius. And I'm Jason Crossfit. Thanks for joining us today.
We'll check you out in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Bye, John Boy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, Ray. Bye.
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 Okay, hang up now.
До
Goodbye.
свидания. Arrivederci. Hasta la vista. Ciao.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Пока.
Goodbye.
Leaving
So
the
long.
studio now. Bye.
Okay, bye.